Namaskar. Today it's May 28th, 2026. Each year on March 14 begins my 100 days journey in returning to the essence of yoga. In celebration of International Day of Yoga on June 21st. This year I chose to revisit Maharshi Patanjali's Yoga Sūtra and share my daily practices inspired by it. Welcome to day 76 of Satvik Yogi Path. Day 76, which also means that we are only 24 days towards celebrating International Day of Yoga on June 21st. Are you with me? Today, Maharshi Patanjali explains in Yoga Sūtra 2.25. 2.25. Before I move on, let me quickly give a shout out to Key Lesson Pi 9847. Key Lesson Pi 9847. Thank you so much for joining on the 76th day of my 100 days journey in returning to the essence of yoga and towards celebrating International Day of Yoga on June 21st. Thank you so much for joining. Please stay with me. It's a 15-minute practice where we share Maharshi Patanjali's Yoga Sūtra. So today's Yoga Sūtra is aphorisms, which was compiled about 195 or 195 six Yoga Sutras, aphorisms, compiled by Maharshi Patanjali in the 250 BCE. Yes, it is that ancient. So today it is from the second chapter, Sadhana Pad, and it is the 25th Yoga Sutra. The Yoga Sutra, it's in Sanskrit, one of the ancient languages from India, and that is, if you're learning yoga, yoga is in Sanskrit. Tadbhavat Sanyog Bhavo Hanam Tadrisheha Kaivalyam. This is the Yoga Sutra. Tadbhavat Sangyoga Bhavo Hanam Tadreshaha Kaivalyam. Okay, so what does it mean? With the absence of avidyā, the misidentification, with the absence of avidyā, the conjunction ceases. We learned that how the seer and there's a union of the seer and the seen. So the conjunction ceases. This cessation is the seer's true identity or freedom, kaivalya, true freedom. In the last few days, we have seen the seen, remember, the face and the mirror. The seen, the mirror is the seen, the face is the seer. The seen exists for the seer. The world continues because it still serves. The conjunction of the seer and the seen, it is for realization. The cause of this conjunction is avidyā, misidentification. Today, Maharishi Patanjali completes this arc. I'll quickly. When avidya is absent, when avidya, the misidentification, is absent, the conjunction ends. And the seer abides in freedom. Kaivalya. Let us try and understand word by word meaning of the Yoga Sūtra 25. Tad abhavat. Tad abhavat. With the absence of that. Tad is that. Avidya. Samyog abhavah. Samyog abhavah. The absence of conjunction. Hanam, which is cessation or ending. Tad drishte, tad drishye, for that seer. And kaivalyam, absolute aloneness. Absolute aloneness or freedom or independence of the seer. Absolute independence of the seer. So, which means that when avidya is no longer present, the false union of the seer and the seen ends. And this ending is the seer's own freedom, kaivalya. Maharishi Patanjali is saying something very precise, that the problem is not the world. The problem is not the experience. The problem is not Prakriti, the scene. The problem is avidya, misidentification, avidya. So there's the world, the experience, the Prakriti is not the problem. The problem is misidentification. Forgetting one's own self. So when avidya ends, the seer no longer confuses itself with the seen. The seer no longer takes on the qualities of the mind. The seer no longer feels bound by changing experiences. The conjunction, samayoga, was never a real fusion. The conjunction between the seer and the seen was never real. It was a superimposition or a mistaken overlap. It was a superimposed. It was superimposed, superimposition, or a mistaken overlap. So when the mistake ends, the seer stands on its own true nature. Clear, free, untouched. And this is kaivalya. So here is the analogy. We'll try to keep it from our own life. A story from daily life. Imagine a rope lying on the ground at dusk. Imagine a rope lying on the ground at dusk. In dim light, you see the rope. It's a rope. But you mistake it for a snake. The body reacts. Fear, tension, racing heart. The body reacts because it is mistaking the rope for a snake. So the body reacts. Fear, tension, racing heart. But then someone brings a lamp and you look again and see, oh, it was only a rope. So what happened to the snake? It was never really there. It existed only in misperception. So when clarity came, the fear dissolved. You did not have to kill the snake. You only had to see clearly. This is exactly what Maharishi Patanjali is saying, that avidya is the dim light. Samyog is the mistaken snake. Kaivalya is seeing the rope as rope. The seer as seer. Freedom is not created. Freedom is revealed when misidentification ends. And the gentle truth is that when avidya falls away, nothing new is added. The seer simply rests in what it always was. The true inner self, the true inner freedom. So, what are we practicing today? Notice one moment when you feel entangled. Then you ask, what if this is only misidentification? And then once you to bring clarity, you practice the gentle repetition of Om and you contemplate on the meaning of freedom. So, are you ready? Let's go. Let us sit with our back and spine straight in practicing stillness. We first still our breath, steady our breath, steady our body. And as we do it every day, we do it in 4 steps to steady our breath. We let the breath soften and we let the body become steady, making sure your back and spine is straight. I'll take off the glasses, keep it aside. And you're looking at a point at the eye level right in front of you. Roll your shoulder if you have to. Your chest opens up, your back and spine straight. You slightly tuck in your chin, and with your smile, you breathe. Place one hand on your nabhi, the navel, and now you breathe. Now you breathe with awareness. At this time, you are seated, your back and spine straight, your chin slightly tucked in, and your breath softly rising from the belly and falling gently back. And we are steadying our body. Breathe in with full awareness. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And release. And now the next two in steadying our breath is first we equalize our breath with awareness, and then we increase or double our exhalation. So let's equalize our breath. We count 2 in inhalation and exhalation. Now breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Now we lengthen our exhalation or double the exhalation from inhalation. Again, we count 2 inhaling and we count 4 exhaling. Are you ready? Let's begin. Breathe in, 2. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. And just stay like that and release. Now as our breath is steadied, our body is steady. Now we bring to our mind one situation where you feel bound. It could be a role, you're bound to a role, or a relationship, or a fear, or a pattern. Any situation where you feel bound. And then you ask gently, is this bondage real? Remember the analogy of the rope misidentified as the snake in the dim light. Remember that. Is this bondage real or is it arising from misidentification? Do not force your answer. Let the question open space for you. So you ask gently, is the bondage real? Or is it arising from misidentification, avidyā? And then you may chant, practice Om 3 times. Remember, The rises from the belly. The O moves through the chest. And the vibration softens at the lips. So let's get ready. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in. And the last. Take a deep breath in. And just stay like that. And you now are ready to contemplate bhavna on freedom. Bhavna, contemplating on freedom. My nature is freedom. Misidentification can fall away. My true nature is freedom. Misidentification can fall away. And hold these feelings for few breaths. My true nature is freedom. Misidentification, avidyā, can fall away. Place one hand gently over your navel and let us inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And open your eyes. Day 76 challenge. Each day we have challenge. So today you would take one area where you feel bound and gently consider, what if this is only a case of mistaken identity? And I want you to remember the analogy that we shared today of misidentifying the rope as the snake in dim light until someone brings a lamp light and then you see the rope as rope. So remember the analogy we shared today. So when clarity arises, when avidya, misidentification, ends. Day 76 teaches us that when avidya is absent, when misidentification is absent, the false union ends. The seer does not become free. The seer recognizes that it always was free. And this recognition is called kaivalya, kaivalya. So tomorrow we move on to the klesh, klesh of the group, and see how avidya becomes the root of all of them. Tomorrow we move into the kleshas as a group, and we figure out how avidya, misidentification, becomes the root of all klesh, afflictions of the mind. So the misidentification, avidya, is the root cause of all the mind afflictions, fluctuations, vrittis. We meet again tomorrow. Your steadiness is the real journey. Thank you for staying with me. As today it's the 76th day of the 100 days towards the International Day of Yoga celebration on June 21st. We meet again tomorrow. Until then, stay warm, stay open, and most importantly, stay honest to your own story. I thank you all for your presence today. We meet again tomorrow. Thank you.